Salutations and welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a first impressions video of a very popular brand. I'm going to be talking about ColourPop. I've got some of their ultra matte lips and their satin lips as well as a few other goodies from them. I am only a little bit familiar with ColourPop. I've used some of their products in the past, like their eyeshadows and their gel liners, and I really like them, but I hadn't tried any of their liquid lips or anything like that, so I figured I'd give them a shot. So I bought a few things, and I'm going to share them with you, and I'm going to swatch them, and I've been using them for the past few days, and I figured I'd let you know what I thought. So let's get started. First off, I'll talk about what I got. So I got 4 liquid lips. I got the Ultra Matte Lip in Trap, which is what I'm wearing right now. And then I got an Ultra Matte Lip in R&B. And this is this pretty like dark, plummy, dusty rose mauve color. And then I got Frickin' Frack, and this is the only satin one I got, and I love this color. It's kind of like this brickish nude. And then the last one I got was Bumble, which is this kind of like pretty, almost like cinnamon rose color. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it. So these are the ones that I got. I also got a few other things. I got one of their highlighters in Wisp because I thought this is really pretty. I got 2 eyeshadows, like blues. I got a darker blue Effect. Let's see if you can, it's always so hard to open. It's like a dark, it's a really like dark navy. And then I got Coconut, which is this like pearly metallic like deep blue. It's really pretty. And then I got one of their gel liners, and this is in Brouhaha. It's a dark brown. So these are the colors I got. I figured I'd swatch them for you guys real quick, and then we could talk about what I liked and what I didn't like about them. Okay, first one I'm gonna swatch is R&B. I'm gonna swatch these all in the same hand. And I've worn all of these. I really like this one. I like the dark color. It's plum. You can see next to the bottle. It's very similar to the same color, but it does show up a little bit darker. The next one, I think this is Trap. Yeah, the next one we're going to swatch is Trap. Again, this is what I'm wearing now. This is the one I was most excited to try. And that's Trap. And it's like this like mauve dark nude. I'm really digging this color. I think this is Bumble. This is Bumble. This is also the third matte. This one comes out like a little bit different than I thought. I mean, it's very similar, but it's definitely like more brickish and less corally, not corally, but like a dark coral, which it kind of, to me, looks like in here. But I do really like it. I like brick colors. And last but not least is Frickin' Frack, and this is the satin one, not the matte one. You can see the kind of colors I was going for when I bought. That one is Frickin' Frack. And then I'll also show you the liner. This is like, it was really dark, like espresso color. I like to wear, since I have brown eyes, if I wear like brown liners or dark purple liners, it really brings out my eyes. So sometimes if I'm not wearing anything on my lids and I just kind of want a simple liner, mascara, I go for more of a colored liner rather than just black, and I'll go for like a deep purple or a deep brown. And so I'm excited to try this. And then these guys, I'm going to swatch these guys when I'm swatching them on this hand. This one is Effect, and these are really soft. See? It's like a deep navy. And I love their shadows. I remember really being a fan of their shadows. Next up is Coconut. And that's Coconut up there. And that's, again, a really pretty color. And then last but not least is Wisp. I'm excited for their highlighters. If I tend to really like these highlighters, I'll probably buy all of them. So if you can see it, it's really hard to see because it's really Just a beautiful light. Let's see if I can. It's really beautiful. It's like a shade or two darker than Champagne Pop, but it's really pretty. And the formula on this is really soft. It's very creamy, very buttery. So them's the swatches. Alright, so for my first impressions, I'm really only going to be talking about the lipsticks because I've used their eyeshadows before and their liners before, and the highlighter I've only used twice. I don't think I've used it enough to really be able to give you a good first impression, but when it comes down to the lipsticks, the liquid lipsticks, I'm going to grab them, I generally have mostly positive things to say, but there are a few negatives, and it's really not that big of a deal if you don't care. What I love about their liquid lips, specifically the matte ones, is how fast it dries. Some liquid lips that I put on take forever to dry, like, and I won't even realize it, you know, like I'll put on my liquid lip and then I'll like not go and eat something, but like just kind of go like that, and it's sticky. They get sticky. These dry and set really fast. They don't transfer, which is great, and they last all day if you're not doing anything that would make your lip go away. Like if you're not drinking a lot of stuff, or if you're not eating anything with a lot of oil in it, it tends to last all day. The pigmentation's beautiful. I really only have to use one swipe. With Trap I have to do two, but generally that's just because I kind of like when I wear colors like this for it to be like super like on there and pigmented. Otherwise it just kind of looks like I'm sick. But if you get all the pigmentation on there, it looks like, oh, you're wearing this really cool, interesting colored lipstick. So generally those are my thoughts, my positive thoughts for these guys. The satin's nice, but I do think I really am loving the mattes. My problem, and this isn't the hugest problem in the world if you don't care about this, but this could definitely be a deal breaker for you if this is something that you care about, is that they are very drying. Your lips will be bone dry. It's like super dry. So if you have chapped lips, if you have dried lips, if you have issues where you don't want the lipstick to like kind of like come together, you know, like sometimes it'll sit in your cracks and looks really dry. The matte ones, I've noticed with all of them, all the colors that I've gotten, I have had that issue, but my lips aren't generally very dry. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll put a bit of gloss or balm over it. I really like the EOS coconut milk balm I've been using. That doesn't move any of the lips. It stays on perfectly, so then I just kind of got like a balm and my lips aren't so dry. But it is very drying. And the other thing is if you put more than one swipe on, I noticed this because I did it with the Trap, but the other one, since I only put one swipe on, it isn't an issue, is like halfway through the day it will crumble a little bit. So if you only use one swipe, you won't have that issue, but if you use two swipes, the amount of product will kind of crumble off of your lips, and that's really not cute. However, if I am not going to do two swipes, or if I'm, you know, not too worried about my lips being super dry, because it's not a big issue for me, but I know it can be a deal breaker for people who have liquid lipsticks, like that's one of their deal breakers, then I would definitely recommend buying one and just seeing how you like it being worn, or maybe stick with the satin. I think this is the satin. No, this is the matte. Which one's my satin? Yeah, the satin one doesn't seem to be as drying as the other ones, but it is a little bit dry. But the matte ones are super dry. You know, I like that because it lasts longer. It's not sticky. I don't like my lips being sticky. So it's really great for me. And if I think my lips are too dry, like I said, I add a balm. But if you're against super drying lips, I would stick with the satin, or I would maybe try one to see how you like it, and maybe do one not like Trap. That's maybe more of a standard color that'll go on super evenly, most definitely the first swipe. So overall, I really am loving the liquid lips. I just actually, after using these for a few days, I actually went on and I bought like a whole bunch more. And I'll probably slowly be getting all the colors because all the colors are really awesome, but I don't know if I can commit that much makeup space for all of them. But I bought like another 4 or 5, and I got some more highlighters because the highlighters are really nice as well, and I love their eyeshadows. But definitely with the liquid lips, like the color is beautiful. These colors are gorgeous. The eyeshadows are always nice and buttery, really easy to blend. I really love them. Generally these guys get a positive review from me. I usually, like when I do reviews specifically on my blog, I give them like grades. I'm going to give these guys a grade B+, mostly because I think some people won't like the drying of the matte. So in general they're B+, but for pigmentation and long wear and really interesting colors and general quality of how the colors go on and stay and how your lips will look, they're definitely like an A product. But because they could be too drying for other people, and if you put a little too much on, it tends to crumble, that's where it's going to go to a B. But a B+ definitely. But their colors are great. They ship super fast, so definitely if you're unfamiliar with ColourPop, or at least unfamiliar with their liquid lips, I would definitely recommend going out and buying a few. They're really cheap, and I mean like really cheap. Like this is like $6, so they're like drugstore prices, but you're getting like a really good liquid lipstick. I mean, this liquid lipstick to me is probably like the nicer ones that I've used. They're not as good as my Jeffree Star ones, which are my absolute favorite, but they're definitely up there, and like I said, they're only $6, so definitely worth buying one or two to see if you at least like them, because if you like them, you can get all these crazy colors for like no money. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this first impression, and if you like my videos, you can like and subscribe. If you don't, I'm so sorry you wasted your time, but I will see you next time.